Mark here from Mark 2.0. Brian's my co-host, and we are so pleased to welcome to the podcast the legendary Joe Rubbo. You remember him from Last American Virgin, Hot Chili. Joe, welcome to the podcast.
Joe, thank you for being here. Amazing to have you.
Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you very much. It's an honor.
It's such an honor. Let's start off by talking about what you're doing right now with Power Up Radio, the Sixth Borough.
Yes, it's actually I started by being a guest on the show.
Wow.
I was a guest on the show, and the Uncle Louie Variety show. You know those guys? You ever hear them? They like make fun of. They like have these characters. They like everybody in the Italian family has an Uncle Louie. And they have a really big following, and I'm fans of. I'm sorry, I'm just peeking back at the Yankee game. Aaron Judge is coming up. He's going for the record.
Oh my God!
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to pause it?
No.
Okay.
But I was on the show, and then she invited me back. She goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna have Uncle Louie." I go, "You kidding me? I'm big fans of him. I'd love to come." And I thought I was just gonna be in the audience watching it. She had me on as another guest, and they also happen to be big fans of The Last American Virgin. So they invited me on their show, and then a couple of weeks later, we just had a meeting, and we got our show going, and it's good. I had all the cast members on from The Last American Virgin.
That's great to hear. You've had a lot of other stars too, right?
Yeah, we're bringing them in, thank God.
Now, is that your focus with your show, or do you interview other people also?
Oh, we interview anybody. Mostly it goes with 80s. We're going with the 80s movies theme and TV shows.
Smart.
Yeah.
Very popular.
Oh, we had what's his name on this week? Ralph Carter from Good Times.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I bet he had good stories.
70s.
Oh man.
Man, this man was an established actor by the time he was 12. He's done Broadway and everything before that. Yeah.
Wow.
It's just crazy how this movie, like, it never dies. It has a life. It just keep going and going and going. They're re-releasing it now in certain theaters across the country for the 40th anniversary.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've been seeing on YouTube where you guys meet year after year after year. And you either have it on your VIP TV thing, which we'll ask you about later. But how did those? What happened? Like when did you first started meeting as a cast?
We met in 2012 was the first time. I think it was the 30th anniversary. The first time we did it.
30 years later, and that was the first meeting. Wow.
Yeah, but we keep in touch. I'm close with Steve, Lawrence, Diana. I speak to them a lot. But that was the first time I saw basically everybody from the cast.
Wow.
I saw it. Victor, Winnie, everyone was there. Brenda, the whole cast was there. It was the first time we saw each other since the film.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Yeah. That was in Hollywood. Where are you guys in California?
We're actually in Phoenix.
Phoenix, right?
Yeah. Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been. We're going to do a reunion in LA. I believe it's going to be April. We're doing the Chiller Theater. We didn't get to do it this time. We were supposed to go this October. We're going to do it in April, and I think early in the year, maybe January, we're going to go to California.
Oh, nice. That's good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Is there anywhere? You know what I found out? That this was pretty much one of the only ways that I could even see this movie right now. I had a really hard time bringing it up. And
I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me why,
you're ready.
Yes, that's what I want to know.
What do you remember a couple of years back? Canon Films was done. Menachem Golan died. I don't know if Yoram Globus is still alive, but Menachem Golan died, and he owns the rights to Last American Virgins. So, like the rights are up in the air now. I mean, I used to be able to watch it on demand everywhere. I finally found it on the Fire Stick. I saw it on there the other night. I saw, there it is.
Oh, wow. We can't find it. I couldn't find it on my Fire Stick. Wow.
But we're trying to find out. I'm going to give you a little insider information right now. We're trying to find out how to purchase the rights or how to get the rights,
Oh,
so
that's smart.
we could do maybe a remake.
I was gonna say you should do that.
Yeah, remember Diane was
Yeah.
talking about that when she came on.
Yeah. We're thinking about doing it, but a lot of people are flipping out. They don't want us to do it. They don't want to ruin it. But I'm thinking like maybe just do something where we have small roles as the parents and, bring that old flavor to it.
That would be great. That's an
Yeah.
excellent idea.
Yeah, but we got to make sure we get the rights. I'm trying to get Boaz involved in it. He's interested in getting involved in it because I was signed to do 5 movies.
Wow.
With,
Okay.
With Canon Films, because the movie was based on the Lemon Popsicle series, right?
No.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Lemon Popsicle was a very famous movie series in Israel.
Wow.
And it went on for years and years and years. So they had us slated to do 5 films. Me and the 2 guys.
Wow.
Okay.
Diane, I think, was just in the first one, and right after the movie came out, they had a falling out, Boaz and Menachem, and then we did Hot Chili. That was like a hit or miss, and it was pretty much a miss. I mean, it was fun.
Yeah, you can't even find it anywhere. Hot Chili was only released on VHS, and you can't even find that.
That was one of those straight to video movies. Yeah.
Do you think anyone will post it on YouTube, because they posted the trailer?
Yeah, I don't know if the actual movie's not on YouTube.
No, just the trailer.
Oh, I gotta look.
That's what I sent to Brian, and Brian's like, I totally remember this.
I remember that film, but I went to go watch it and I couldn't, and I was just
same here.
Yeah. But
Really? Well, that's a Canon Films too. That's a Canon production.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Wow. So that's pretty cool. Well, you mind if I ask you about your past a little bit? So you grew up in the Bronx, right? You were born there?
Yes. Born in the Bronx, then I moved to Westchester County and went to school in Westchester.
Oh, so did your parents what were your parents like? Did they like all this acting stuff, and they were supportive?
My mom was a showbiz mom. She wanted to get it. Yeah, she took us on. Got pictures and started getting auditions at a young age. But then I stopped doing it as a kid. I just stopped doing it when I went to high school. I started playing the drums in the band, and I, was into high school, into chicks and having fun. And then, like towards my senior year, everybody was saying, you're funny, you're a clown, you should. And I'm like, funny hell, no joke.
Good fellas.
They say, maybe you should pursue it. So I said to my mom, I go, let's give it a shot again. And Last American Virgin was my 3rd audition, and I got it.
Now,
first audition.
Yeah.
First audition I got the part in The World According to Garp.
That's what we were going to ask about Garp.
Yeah.
What was your role in that?
I played one of the wrestlers.
That's what we thought. Okay.
In the beginning.
I remember this scene fairly well. I don't remember. I remember he was wrestling.
Yeah, he was my coach, the wrestling coach.
Right.
It was an upgraded extra, but I was starstruck. It was awesome being there. I got to meet
Robin Williams. Yeah.
Glenn Close, John Lithgow.
Yeah, I was in shock. I was in awe, and that was my first acting experience.
Bunch of Academy Award nominations went out, right?
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Wow. Did you get to interact with anyone like
Robin
Williams?
He was awesome, man.
He's one of my favorite. I mean, what was he? I mean, I hear he's just like an angel, the guy.
He's funny, crazy all the time. It's like he has no breaks. He's like always trying to crack you up, and because when you're filming, it's a really long day, and he tried to ease it, and it was just great, man. I mean, we were in there. It was 3 or 4 days of 14-hour days, and in that hot friggin'. It wasn't even a real gym. It was a studio that looked like a gym, and there's a lot of scenes they cut out because he was actually, showing me moves, coaching me to wrestle. And it was a lot of good stuff. Yeah. Good guy.
That is awesome. So, like The Last American Virgin, let me get back to that.
Sure.
That was literally like when I grew up in graduated in 86. So I was thinking that The Last American Virgin was probably one of why it's so popular today is when you look back on it, it's probably one of the more edgier films than
Exactly.
all of the films that were out. And originally I thought maybe that was the reason that I couldn't watch it, is because it did things. I mean, it had a lot of, actually it had quite a bit of nudity in it.
Yeah,
It had a lot of drug jokes.
Another reason why people, we're talking about it, but we're kind of afraid to do a remake, is we can't do some of the things that are in that movie now.
Yeah.
This was my
Good
point. Exactly.
Yeah.
This was my point.
Yeah.
Because like it goes from the thing where you're giving them sweet and low, and
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? That is perfect for the time period, because
in the 80s,
the suburban people and the suburban kids of the time would stick a straw up their nose for any reason, and probably end up with sweet and low in front of them and probably not even know it. I mean, I saw and I saw so many of those things happen in the 80s, and I was like, you know what? I don't know if anyone can. People probably see that movie today and go, no way, and I'm like, yes way. Way. That totally went on.
And the abortion scene.
I was just going to say,
yeah.
Not only was it that, it was all like a cash only deal, shady, like under the, and I'm like, no way are they going to be able to show this movie, stuff like that. So I want to give you guys props for really pushing the envelope on that thing. And
all that shit that happened in the movie was based on Boaz's childhood.
Yeah,
a lot of that stuff happened.
It's a true story.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't really realize that.
I don't know if the crabs were a true story. I got to ask.
That's hilarious.
That's something you just don't hear about anymore.
No.
And you used to hear about it back in the day. I mean, I'm sad to say it must have been more common.
Yes, I remember friends of mine that when we worked in a nightclub would get the crabs, and the only way to get rid of them, they have to shave themselves completely. That's the only way to get rid of them.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then you did all that David Letterman stuff. I saw the first one where you were talking to him like shit, and I was just rolling on the ground but I heard that
another great guy.
Yeah.
Sure.
We heard he was kind of quiet, but how did you interact with him?
He was just a regular guy. I mean,
really,
we were in makeup together, running lines together, laughing and joking. And then I remember at the end, when I did the first one, I went back like 4 or 5 times after, and I can't find him anywhere.
Oh, I tried to look for him.
Found that one. Okay.
Even Wikipedia couldn't pinpoint them. It just said that you did several during the 80s.
Yeah. I remember after that first one, and I was leaving, and he goes, son, are you going to give me my money back? I forgot I had.
Yeah. He gave you real money.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh my God. That's great. Oh, so yeah, David Letterman. Oh, Mark, you were going to ask about Florida.
Yeah. What was your transition? What made you transition over to Florida from California? Because you did that at a relatively young age, no? In your 20s, was it?
I never really lived in LA, maybe 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
At the time. Yeah. I was always a New Yorker, but my whole family moved to Florida in the 80s, like 85. They started moving slowly down here, 86. And finally my dad in 89, he goes, I'm going. And he goes, I really want you to give it a shot. I said, Dad, I don't want to go. I have everything here. I like it here.
Yeah.
I have all my friends and this and that. And he goes, just give it a shot. And I gave it a shot, and I never looked back.
Wow. So you left all your friends in New York. I don't know. Why did they leave New York? I mean, is it just because it's New York?
My friends are always here now anyway. They're all here.
Yeah.
We'll move down here.
Point.
That's great.
Yeah.
So so then the VIP network came in like 2010 or so.
2010 is when we first started, and we first went on the air in 2012, and it lasted 9 seasons, 5 years.
And you were the executive producer, right? So you got all that going. That was your idea and everything. Wow.
That's unreal. Impressive.
I still got like over 300 something videos on YouTube, all that stuff.
I was looking at
a good YouTube channel. Yeah.
You had a lot of good guests. Yeah, I was going to say you had a lot of good people. Like I was like, oh my goodness, look at all these people at this party. I saw your birthday party. That was a cool video. Look crazy.
It was a fun thing. It was just a cool concept that we had of just making like your business be look be a VIP and be on the same show with all these celebrities. So we're gonna kind of do the same thing, Denise and I, would Power Up.
Oh, that's
We're
great.
gonna make a Power Up network, and we're gonna keep all the VIP stuff on the archives because people want to look at it, and we're just gonna do it basically the same model.
That's great. How did you get into the boxing? You were in celebrity boxing. Was that just a one-time deal, or did you train in boxing?
No, twice. I was.
Wow.
I boxed when I was younger, but
Okay.
I first fought what's his name, Anton Dotson in 2015. Damon, the owner of Celebrity Boxing, is a good friend of mine, and I wasn't going to fight this time. I didn't want nothing to do with it. And, and he goes, "Just go ahead, give it a shot. It'll be a friendly match. It'll be a fun match." I went and I said to him, "I'm never doing this again. I'm never doing this again." And he's already calling me to do another one down here. I said, "I won't." I said, "I'll be a guest judge. I'll do an announcer. I'll do whatever you want, but I'm not freaking killing myself like that. I'm too old, man."
He wants to go in there and throw blows. Oh boy.
And this guy was half my age, and he was a wrestler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's we don't really hit each other. We got the big headpieces on, but my kids came to the match, and my family and my daughter saw the two matches before me, and these guys were killing each other. And she came backstage. She goes, "Dad, I don't want you to do this."
Oh, jeez.
Oh, they tried to trick you.
I said, "Don't
crazy."
So now you're gonna.
Fun. It was for a good cause. It was fun.
Oh yeah, cool. So you're gonna pretty much do this Power Up Radio thing now, and that's gonna be a full-time thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm getting back. This is another exclusive. I'm getting back into the acting business too. I just got new pictures made, resume.
Oh, great!
Another shot.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna tell Diane.
Is there a lot of work in Florida for it?
Well, for certain roles there is. There's a lot of stuff going on here. There's a lot of independent films going on, but I don't want to do that garbage. I want to do something big. My part of VIP TV is we had a casting direct talent agency. So I know a lot of the casting directors down here. And my mom's still the stage mom, 80 years old. She called the lady Lori Wyman, and any film that's made in Florida, she's the casting director.
Oh,
okay. Joe wants to get back. She goes, "Joe wants to get back into that." She goes, "It's about goddamn time." She goes, "Get his pictures and resume, and I'll give them to the best agents down here." So, okay.
Awesome.
Oh, that's great. We're looking forward to it.
We found so many people with a great mom behind them pulling this, just pushing you forward. That seems to be, except for Diane. She seemed to have, done it all on her own. She's like, like amazing.
She never stops.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She blew our minds. She did. We had a great time talking to her. And
did you watch when she came on my show? It was great. She surprised me with Kimmy. Kimmy showed up. I didn't know Kimmy was going to be there. She called in too. It was great.
Oh,
what a memory! What a memory warp that was! What a time warp that was!
I should have watched the rest of that. I saw her on her holding your arm, calling you her brother. At the beginning of the interview, I'm like, "Oh, this is sweet." I think that's when you chimed in. I was watching that stuff. Yeah, that's great. Gosh, what was I gonna? So, what you want this? I was gonna ask you where you want to be 5 years from now. So probably you want Power Up to be huge, and you want to be back in your acting groove.
I want Power Up to be bigger than VIP TV. I want it to be nationwide. I just don't want it to be local. And we're on regular FM radio. I mean, every Friday we're on FM radio, and we're taking the shows we have now, we're editing them, and we're making like a TV show out of it. It's fun. Denise is great. She's awesome.
That's cool. I watched some of your interviews. Yeah. They're unreal. One that I really liked was with Larry Wilcox, because we got a lot of friends that are working with Eric Estrada right now over in Wilmington.
We're trying to get him to come on too. But let me tell you, man, Larry was so freaking cool. I didn't know he did all that stuff. Man, that guy was in everything.
Yeah, he really was. If you check out his IMDb, you can tell.
He was in Lassie. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm listening to your interview and I'm like, Lassie, because I grew up on Lassie,
Yeah, me too. And he basically told us in the interview that he screwed Farrah Fawcett. That was awesome.
That is like legend. Oh my gosh. That poster
Larry, I called him Larry the Legend after that.
Oh yeah.
So can you tell me what happened? I didn't watch Striptease, but what was your role in Striptease?
Oh, I saw it. That was in the strip club scene.
Striptease was, I played one of the bachelors. Again, it was an upgraded extra. I was in the credits. They cut a lot of that out too, but I got to meet one of my childhood heroes in that movie, Burt Reynolds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got to meet him and work with him.
The Bandit.
And we became friendly after that. He was on VIP TV a couple of times. Very good guy.
Oh, great. Yeah.
What an awesome guy. And, we just bullshitted and talked. He's just a regular guy.
He totally seems like it. I grew up watching him in so many things.
Yeah. He's a big Florida State football guy, and I'm a Miami Hurricane guy, so we were busting each other's chops about that. But he did his own stunt, man, when he fell off the stage.
Wow.
And I remember he kept climbing up on me to get on stage. He kept using me to climb up.
Yeah.
I got to meet Bruce Willis. He was on the set.
Oh, nice. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Demi Moore was like so friggin' hot back then.
Of course.
And she would come over to us afterwards, like still in her 80. So guys, did I do what I was supposed to do? I go, you did beyond.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh man, Demi Moore, I was so in love.
Shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I met Ving Rhames on that set.
Oh,
so I got to work
he's
with
great.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was kind of quiet, but I got to work with I'm lucky. I'm blessed that we got to work with a lot of pretty big people.
Yeah. What were some of your best interviews, your most memorable interviews that you've done throughout your years?
You know what's crazy, guys? I'm doing more interviews now than I've ever done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess everybody has podcasts. Everybody's got some kind of show going on, and this friggin' movie's fan base is so big. It's just like, I'm on some of these shows, and people are asking me questions about the movie that I don't even know the answer to. And they do.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
That it stood the test of time.
Exactly.
It's like it's almost recognized as a far more profound piece of art than back then, because there were so many similar movies, and
back at the time,
they had maybe a couple of stars that had bigger names, so they got more attention. But when you line them all up, this one was by far the more. I mean, you look at Fast Times; it was okay. It had Phoebe, it had Sean. He was funny here and there. But dude, when I watched Last American Virgin again, I was like, I just had so many flashbacks, because I was there. I was there again back in the 80s, and I just
killer soundtrack too.
Oh,
yes.
Of course.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh,
The Cars, James Ingram. There's so many. I actually had Charlene on the podcast, and she was in that soundtrack. It Ain't Easy Coming Down. I think that was her song.
Yeah. I remember when we were filming the movie, when we were filming the party scene and stuff, they were putting, while the movie was playing, they just were putting music in it. And I didn't know we were going to have this, they just played music for the party, like dance music. I didn't know that they was going to have this incredible soundtrack. Like when I saw the movie, I'm like, because it didn't have no score to it. There was no musical score.
Oh yeah, okay.
It was all songs was the score, all real hit songs.
That was a great idea. I don't know who thought of that, but man, what a great idea. Let's just put all popular songs from today in there.
Some gut-wrenching songs too.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, the 80s was crazy. It had all kinds of so much transitioning of music happened in the 80s. Look at the 70s and then the 80s. It couldn't be more night and day.
Yeah. The 80s was still the best time by far ever.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in the 70s as a kid.
Me too.
I mean, it was cool, but the rock and roll bands were good. The classic rock band, but the 80s, man, with the clothes and everybody did whatever the hell they wanted. There were no cameras around. It was awesome,
it's a good point.
Gosh, I totally have that. Yeah, I totally think about that all the time. So now you're getting your acting career going. We talk to a lot of actors that they like to go live and do auditions, or they kind of do things in a little studio they built at home. What are you going to do?
I don't know. This is new to me now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good point.
My cousin's been doing it a while. He said since the COVID, a lot of it you submit a video of yourself.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
We
I
were
could do that.
talking
I
to
have
this.
all the equipment. to
Yeah,
do that,
yeah.
so,
Well, people will tell us, well, I do it right here. You know, when we do an interview, they're like, yeah, this is my chair, and I do all the scenes. And people just do like full scenes and stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, you might. I bet you probably, you know, do really good just building yourself a studio. And like in this new digital age, I'm how can you not?
Yeah, we have the radio studio now we work in. We're gonna we're working on getting another TV production studio. But like you said, everybody does everything from home in their phones now. But it's nothing like having a set and the TV set. It was awesome.
Not at all. Yeah,
and
that's all
I
in
filmed,
Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, I filmed while we were doing VIP TV. We would have the casting calls. Like we'd have a casting come to a casting, and people would be lined up around the studio, and we took all the outtakes of the casting, and my family was there, and we were just crazy family arguing and fighting and laughing at each other, and it was kind of like American Idol meets the Gong Show kind of thing with these people.
Yeah.
And we made a little series out of it, and I think we're gonna put it on Amazon Prime. It's called Boss Man Joe.
Oh wow, impressive!
Yeah, and it's uncut, and each show is about only maybe 40 minutes long, 40 minutes long, but it's hysterical that these people they beautiful girls, they want to be hosts. You hand them the mic, they just freeze. And then some of them get so nervous they just start singing. Nobody asked you to sing. What are you singing for?
Oh my God. This is gonna come on Amazon. I can't wait.
Yeah, we're gonna get that. That's gonna be like the precursor to get things going again. And it, of course, has me and my sister arguing with each other, and she's making fun of my ex-wife, my second wife, who was a real space cadet. She had a voice like a mouse. And my sister's like, "Hi, Joe, you miss me?"
Wow, that's hilarious.
That's gonna be great, man. I can't wait to see that. It's gonna be good.
So
yeah,
we're gonna get that rolling. And like as far as the acting is concerned, there's so much going on nowadays with these independent films, and like everywhere you go, there's somebody filming a movie.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And I'm not putting it down. I think it's a great idea. I don't want to get involved in any of that. I want to work on the bigger stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to get on the bigger stuff. And I want to produce. I have a book coming out.
Ooh,
do
tell.
It's it's going to be called No Ordinary Joe.
Smart. I love it.
It's going to tell the story of my life story growing up. I had some problems in my past. It's going to show that growing up in the acting. It's going to show growing up in the acting business, growing up in the deli and restaurant business, and growing up around the mob, because my uncle was a full-blown mobster. So it's like these three things growing up, and the book is coming out really good.
I don't want you to spoil anything. Can you give us a little tidbit of any of that? What was it like?
I mean, what? Growing up that way?
Yeah. Well, I grew up in a deli. I know what that's like, but the mob?
I wouldn't change it for the world. I mean, I had education in school and on the street. It was great. I mean, the deli in the Bronx was like a meeting place. My uncle, all his friends would come meet him there, exchange money. And then when in high school, he bought me a car my senior year. My dad didn't want me to have a car. I don't want him to have a car because I know him. I know what he's going to do. My uncle goes, listen, I'm going to get him a car, but he's got to come and work for me in the deli in the Bronx a couple of nights a week. So I would commute. It was a 30-minute ride each way. But he didn't tell my dad that I wouldn't be working in the deli. I'd be going to collect from his one-armed bandits.
Wow.
So I just walk in like I'm a big tough guy, and they weren't scared of me. They were scared of my uncle.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd get these thick envelopes full of cash, hand them to me, and I'd go give it to him. And
wow,
it's great. And we were talking about this last night. You know, my friend was here from New York. We were all talking about it. My senior year in high school, I wasn't going to graduate because I missed so many days. I had the car. I was playing hooky, and one day my father and they called my father down, which I was shitting my pants. My father still, to his dying day, was the only man I was ever afraid of. You know?
That's awesome.
And they called me in the principal's office, and the guy's talking to me and my dad, and he's like, "Mr. Rubbo," he goes, your son Joe is not going to be able to graduate. He's way behind. You know, he's never going to be able to do it. Even if he goes to summer school, he's not going to be able to catch up. He's going to have to take other courses another day. And so my dad goes, "You're telling me I'm spending all this money for Catholic high school and my son's not going to be able to graduate?" And he goes, "No." And he goes like this to me. My father looks at me. He goes, "Joseph." When he called me Joseph, I know I was in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "Joseph, can you leave the room for a minute?" I go, "Okay." I'm saying, "What the hell is going on?" So I'm sitting out there going, "What the hell is going on?" 15 minutes later, I walk in. The principal goes, "Well, Joseph, we have some good news for you. You're going to be able to graduate with your class."
Oh my
Wow.
God.
What?
Wow.
So he goes, "You're going to go through the commencement. You're going to do everything, and you're not going to get your diploma. You're going to have to go back and make up all the credits to get the diploma." So my friends, when I graduated, my close friends that knew me when I went up there, they're like, "Show us the envelope, show us the
Oh.
Jeez.
But my
Yeah.
dad was never like involved in that stuff. He was always a good guy, but he had a face on him that would fucking stop time. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
he worked it out with the dean that I could graduate, which was great. I got to graduate with my class.
That's
Awesome.
unreal.
That's a good story.
And wait a minute, as soon as I graduated, went to summer school that summer. And then that November, I got the part in Last American Virgin. It was all right after I graduated.
Wow.
Yeah.
How convenient was that?
Yeah. But I finished my courses. I got everything done.
Wow. Good job, man. It's hard to catch up, you know, especially when you got so much going on. Yeah. So, so what happened after that?
After the movie?
Yeah.
Well, I did the movie, the film, and I came home and I was doing a bunch of promotions for it. They had us going everywhere promoting it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And back then, you know, now when you edit and stuff, the sound, you could just do it on the computer. To do the sound over, they had to fly me back to LA. I had to go to Warner Brothers studio in a big theater thing and do it, you know, watch the film and talk into a microphone and do the sound over. And when I did that, I in the same thing, I think it was Warner Brothers. Is that what it was? Yeah, it was Warner. I got to meet Sylvester Stallone was there, Mr. T. I didn't know who Mr. T was at the time because they were doing sound over for Rocky 3. Yeah, Rocky 3. And I met Walter Matthau. It was I'm like
everyone.
I'm living the life here, you know. And then I came home after. Well, actually, I stayed in LA for a little while after that, and I did some commercials, a bunch of Federal Express commercials.
When they had you promoting the movie, what exactly does that mean? What did you have to go and do?
We did like a little documentary, which I haven't seen to this day. Like they had us all together talking on the set too. When we were on the set, they had like another camera crew. I think I went to Israel for the lemon popsicle thing.
Okay.
Oh.
And then we just did a lot of photo shoots. Me, Diane, Steve, and Lauren. It's just us four. A bunch of photo shoots everywhere. I remember they did a photo shoot for jeans. I think it was remember back then everybody had the designer jeans.
Oh yeah, like
they did
Jordache, all that.
Yeah, Jordache. They did a Jordache thing with the jeans.
Good one.
And,
good, Mark.
I didn't do it. I said I'm not a Jordache guy. I'm sorry.
That's awesome. I love it.
You ain't getting Jordache jeans on my big ass.
Yeah.
So that ain't happening. But I remember I was there while they were shooting it, and then after that, I just kept acting, and then
you into commercials?
I was doing a lot of commercials.
Wow, who'd you advertise for?
Federal Express.
Oh, okay, great.
Big campaign for Federal Express.
What was their commercial like?
We went to the main hub in Tennessee, and we shot a bunch of them.
Oh,
and did it for director called Patrick Kelly. If you look him up, he had those really funny Federal Express commercials.
Okay, it sounds familiar. Like I recognize you from them.
When it absolutely positively
has to be there overnight. Yeah.
I remember that.
Don't use Doofus Express, and that was the company that I worked for.
Oh,
So
jeez, you were.
it would show us with all the animals jumping out of cages in the background, and I'm just sitting there laughing like this. It was fun. Then he did an Ace Hardware campaign. Our Ace Hardware just started coming around then.
Yeah.
That was funny too. I mean, he passed away too. And then after that, I started working in a nightclub. I was doorman at a nightclub, and the movie went to cable, and I made so much friggin' money when that movie went to cable. I was getting
yeah.
I was
Awesome.
18, 19 years old, and the checks just were coming in. And I remember I bought 2 Trans Ams, a motorcycle. I went crazy.
Nice.
And then
That's great.
then we shot Hot Chili in '84, the end of '84.
Can you give us just a rundown of what that was like, Hot Chili? Because
that was filmed in
Hot
Mexico, right?
it's so elusive.
Yes. Alan was on my show a couple of weeks ago, and
yeah,
I forgot a lot of the craziness that went on. He goes, Joe, don't you remember what they did to you? It's true. I worked every day on that movie. Usually you get a break. I worked every friggin' day in that movie. I was in every scene.
Wow.
And they had me doing all these crazy stunts and all this. I had a stunt man, but I was still doing crazy shit. And the hotel was Hacienda Vista Hermosa. It was actually built in the 1600s. And underneath the hotel, they had these tombs underneath, like tunnels that went underneath the hotel. And there were like these little cages in there. And I'm like, what the hell are those cages? That's where they used to put the prisoners. So the saying was that the place was haunted by these prisoners. And when I got sick one night, I saw the ghosts. when I had Montezuma's Revenge. I was
my God.
Oh man!
But the movie was it looked like it was going to be really good when we did it. I mean, we're saying this movie's hysterical. Then when it came out, I'm like, this movie sucks.
Oh wow! That's what it says in the reviews. Unfortunately,
yeah, it was not a good movie. It was supposed to be our next thing from The Last American Virgin, but I'm the only one they got from it. Diane wasn't available. They needed her, but she was working so much. Diane, we couldn't even nail her down. Steve didn't want anything to do with it. He doesn't even want to be part of the signings. He doesn't want anything to do with The Last American Virgin. I think if we did a remake, he would do it for me because we've stayed really close, really good friends.
That's great.
And he loves my mom. But Lawrence, I don't know. He was supposed to play the part of the guy Charlie, but he couldn't do it either. It was just a mess. Let's just put it down.
Yeah.
It was a mess. I mean, we were supposed to be out there for 4 weeks. We wound up staying out there 8 weeks. No phones. There was one phone in the whole hotel, and everybody was lining up to use it. And I was making decent money. It was my second movie. I was just flying my family in to come, so I had somebody to hang out with while I was
serious.
making the movie. Yeah, I had my girlfriend come a couple of weeks, my mom, my sister, and I just went fast that way. And that's it. Then we did a big promotion for that movie too. They hired a PR firm. We were promoting it, and like, oh yeah, it's coming out next year. And people are asking me, when's this movie coming out? Next year. Then all of a sudden, it just went straight to video.
It went to VHS. Exactly.
Yeah. It wasn't a good movie. Bill Sachs was the director. He's a really cool guy. I mean, great guy. We still talk, but there's only one Boaz Davidson. He's the bomb.
Yeah. Did you ever think about doing any TV shows or no? Because you have a lot.
I would love to do TV. I had a part in this TV series when I was still living in New York. It was called Dream Street. It was Sopranos before the Sopranos came out.
Oh wow!
It was about a mob family. I played Big Frank's son, but it was like the younger generation of the mob family. Us all clubbing and going out and having fun.
Yeah.
It ran. The pilot went and then it never hit. It was really good. I met a lot of cool actors on that too.
That does sound like the Sopranos before the Sopranos.
Yeah, it was. This was in 1987.
Oh wow!
Okay, back then.
Yeah, they stole your idea.
Yeah, it was a good idea.
That's great.
I wasn't living in New York. If I was living in New York, I would have probably been on The Sopranos because a lot of my friends that lived there were on it.
Oh,
a lot of my actor friends that were on it. Yeah, they were working all the time on it. But I was, watching that the other night. What a great show, huh?
Oh,
Just seeing
it
Denise
really
I
is.
Casale.
watched them
Yeah.
all. Yeah, definitely.
But nobody's ever done anything from that movie. Nobody's done shit.
Mm, good
Think
point.
I think
about
it was HBO exclusively, right? At first.
Yeah, but I mean, uh, uh, Jamie Ziegler was a great actress. She didn't do anything. The son was cool. He didn't do anything. Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, the only one who did anything was the mother. She was in Nurse Jackie.
Oh yeah. Okay.
She won a couple of awards for that. And James worked all the time. He was in movies all the time.
Yeah,
Gandolfini.
yeah, he came up all the time. Yeah, here and there. Yeah.
And the other guys, they were in a lot of these B movies that are shot down here too. A
Oh
lot of
yeah.
them were,
Okay.
yeah. But that's it. And then I got behind the camera. I started producing.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like doing it. I like doing it. And then my friend did a movie down here called The Mob King. It's going to be released soon. I had a part in that. And
Oh, that's great.
That's being released soon. Oh, cool.
yeah, it's going to that big festival in Los Angeles, the WMC festival.
Oh, okay, great.
The AMC festival. The AMC festival.
Okay.
He's in that. I don't know if he's going to come of it, but it was a small part. And
AMC
now,
is a
after
big
that-
name.
Yeah, and he's doing another movie. It's called it's about a motorcycle gang, and he wants me to be in that. And I don't know. I want this book to hit, and then I eventually want to do a movie on the book.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah,
That's
That's
really
a good
good.
idea.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sure it'll be really successful. I mean, you've lived a charmed life. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ties to the mob, into acting, and now you're a producer, you're a director, and now you're just like you're killing it, bro. Congratulations.
Let's just get. I've had a lot of bumps in the road, guys. You know what I mean? I had a lot of things that have taken me to dark places, but I've overcome it. I don't stop fighting, and
No.
I just don't stop. I mean, whatever I can get my hands on, I do, and I just do it right now. I just don't take any shortcuts. And Denise is a blessing. I hooked up with her, and she's awesome, man. She's
yeah.
well,
Tell
she's
us
not
about her.
She's not stupid either. I mean, when I went on her show, her ratings tripled. So she was
Oh yeah.
And then
That's awesome.
this is funny. There's like behind the scenes stuff. She goes, Joe, I'm going to write you some questions. You got to start asking these people. So I said, wait a minute, time out. And then I'm not an interviewer. I'm not an anchor person. That's not your job. She goes, well, what is your job? I said, my job is to make people laugh and entertain. That's what I do.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't want no script. And, I come out with some crazy shit while we're doing the show, and it's funny as hell. I mean, I have the producer in stitches the other night. He was practically crying, laughing. Because she's blonde, but she's not stupid. But I say shit that just goes right over her head.
I love it.
Yeah. I mean, and it's getting a great review because where I live in South Florida, but Boca Raton area,
Yeah.
it is the sixth borough. Everybody here is from New York.
Oh yeah, I read that online.
Everybody's from New York, so we
really
get the phone. We get the phone ringing all the time. Oh, this is so and so from Brooklyn, so and so from the Bronx. You guys got a great idea, this and that. So and then we tied in the '80s theme with it because when I grew up in New York, that's the time I grew up in the '80s and the early '90s. So it's working out pretty good so far.
Yeah.
It seems like all production is kind of moving away from the coastal big cities and kind of bleeding into other areas. Florida,
Exactly.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
They're shooting. You know what? I got some casting information today. As a matter of fact, they're doing a remake of what was the Patrick Swayze movie where he's the bouncer? Roadhouse.
Oh, okay.
They're doing a remake. Jake Gyllenhaal is going to play him, and you know where they're filming it? Dominican Republic. Why?
Wow. Jeez.
Money.
Yeah,
maybe it's cheaper. No.
Yeah, exactly. And Florida, there's not that much big films going on anymore. That stopped around the COVID time. It stopped. A lot of independents. Like I said, every other block you go to, they're shooting something.
But Atlanta and North Carolina is not only independence, is it? That's not too far.
No,
from
they're doing big ones. They're doing
Yeah.
big ones. Atlanta's gotten huge thanks to Tyler Perry. He's really
Sure,
opened that
exactly.
studio. Yeah. And like you said, North Carolina too, because they could shoot cheap there. Florida, you know, they getting crazy here too. They think they're Hollywood. They want to start charging, you know, the filmmakers all kinds of money for permits and stuff.
Oh, okay. And when they were
Yeah.
filming, was it mostly Miami or was it other areas?
Miami and Orlando was getting big.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They were going to build a really big studio in just west of Fort Lauderdale Beach, in this industrial park area.
Yeah.
And then what happened was like I said, they started with these big taxes and these big fees for the films. So they said, screw it. They backed out of it, and they went back to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because we're going to take a lot of people from Atlanta here to do it.
I thought Florida was pretty easy on taxes and stuff.
They are, but there's these fees now, these film licenses and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. But
who gets that money? The state?
Yeah, the state.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, that sucks.
You know, the governor's a businessman. He wants to stay open. You know, he's got to make money.
Yeah.
Right. It's all about the money.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Were you in Florida when
I'm gonna shoot my stuff here.
Yeah.
My stuff here. Yeah.
Were you in Florida when like Nickelodeon and even Disney was pretty hot over there in Orlando?
Oh yeah, I was here.
Because they had Universal Studios Orlando. Yeah.
I remember when I used to go there, take my kids there. The Nickelodeon studios were there. They grew up watching that stuff. Yeah. I don't know if it's still here. Is it Nickelodeon?
I don't think so. I think it's in Burbank now.
Yeah, they moved it. Yeah. But
I know. I know they have it on
doing
Sunset too. Because when I lived in LA for about 10 years, this was like 07 to 2017. It was on Sunset, and it was also in Burbank.
Yeah, they shot American Idol some scenes at the Universal in Orlando.
Did they? Wow.
Like the rehearsals and stuff.
Okay.
I remember years ago, like 2000.
What about American Gladiators? Was that over there?
That's still there.
Oh, it is. Okay.
No, now they moved it to Vegas.
Oh, okay.
They moved that to Vegas. Yeah, they moved that to Vegas. But
you're going to be shooting there though. Why did you choose that? I mean, what are the advantages?
Well, because I know everybody here. You know, my crew is here. I'm going to have to do. I could even make the New York scenes here. I could even do them here in the studio and places.
Wow.
But I wanted. But I'm going to have to go. You know, we're talking about the documentary now. The guy LeVar Leo. I got to give him a shout out. He's helping me with the documentary. We're going to have to go up and shoot the old neighborhood, my house, and all that stuff, and get all that done.
That'd be fun.
See, I want to make the documentary first, and documentary like a documentary / movie, and then it's going to be easier to sell it as a movie, you know.
That's a great point.
But even if we do sell it, I want to produce it. I want to do the production.
Yeah,
it's going to be part of it. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I love it. I love being behind. I love being on the other side of the camera. I love watching shit come to life.
This is going to be your passion from now on, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, even with the VIP TV, I directed all the outside shoots, and you know, the girls. That was the fun part of it. All the girls. But, I mean,
you look pretty good interviewing too. Yeah, I saw you interviewing people. You looked really
comfortable.
Yeah. You're a natural. Yeah,
it's fun. It's just in my blood. I just love to entertain. You know, I just like to do it. So sometimes I get too stupid, but I just like to do it.
Now, did you have any mentors that just guided you along your life that you want to talk about?
I was always just a joker growing up.
I love it.
You know, just an idiot, a joker. I was always trying to make funny light out of something. You know, I always just try to make something funny. Oh, sometimes I say stuff that's very inappropriate what I'm not supposed to say, but I do it anyway.
Yeah.
And the problem with us guys is when we do this radio show, it's live radio.
Oh yeah.
So I got to be careful. You know, they actually stopped the show a couple of times when I cursed by accident.
Oh yeah,
They went to a commercial
would that
break.
be FCC that flagged it, or
Yeah,
what?
there's no delay. I said everywhere I worked on the radio, we had a delay. Why don't you guys have a freaking delay here? It was just don't curse. You don't have to
Yeah.
worry about it. I go, okay.
Jeez. Wow.
You're like, it was an accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. What platform is that on? I mean, who?
It's iHeartRadio. It's on the
Right.
iHeartRadio
That's
app.
right.
It's on 96.9 FM in South Florida. So it goes from Boca Raton, West Palm Beach, all the way down to North Miami.
Mm.
But you can watch it. You can watch it anywhere now on our website. The website's set up where you can watch it anywhere, anytime.
Oh, great!
Cool
Yeah, we'll
now,
post it in our
like,
show notes.
Yeah.
If you guys watch it and people comment, with their comments pop right up, and I could talk a lot. Like I give people shout outs on here. She gets mad at me too. We'd be in the middle of interviewing somebody. Hey, there's my cousin Anthony from the Bronx. Hey, Anthony, what's up?
Oh, is that on the website where you make comments, or is it YouTube,
Yeah.
your Facebook?
The Facebook, but it's all tied together now to the website.
Sure, yeah,
smart.
You know, and I stopped. I want, because then if you don't acknowledge people, they're going to stop doing it.
That's a good
You're
point.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. That's awesome. So it's so cool too, because you have this cool life. You've got all these new things happening, and gosh, I can't wait to have you give us something new. You know, you seem so passionate about everything you do, and I can't wait to see something you produce.
Yeah, and I'm so sorry that it took so long for us to get together.
Oh, no worries. We've been swamped ourselves. We get it.
Last time I totally forgot. My bad.
No, you're
good.
good. You don't need to be saying that.
Oh,
You're
we
good.
laughed about it. We knew you were going to come eventually. So, you know, we're just getting buried too. You know, like you said, all these interview things are really busy, and it's actually like keeping us really busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are welcome to call in the show too and talk to us anytime you want.
Oh, we would love to.
We are going to do that.
I'll link you to the website too, so when you come to the website, you guys pop up.
Oh my
sure.
God.
I'll even put this in. I'll put this interview on the website.
No, yeah, we appreciate it. And we just want to say, Joe, you inspire us, because we're starting, and we tried to do it last week. We're starting to do live streams, actually Friday nights. And what we're doing, and our bad was we had never done a live stream before. Well, YouTube won't allow you to do a live stream until you get access. It takes 24 hours. So we're starting Friday nights. That's what we're doing. Yeah,
it's true. We couldn't link the website to YouTube yet because it took 24 hours. So I said use the old VIP page.
Smart.
So that's what they're gonna do now. And it's got millions and millions of viewers. So use it.
That's smart. Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna do nothing but succeed. This is gonna be really
no,
really
and what's so great about you?
Work to me. I love it.
But what's so great about you, Joe, is you haven't aged.
Thank God,
you look great. You know,
you're looking good, bro. You're looking really good.
I'm going October 7th to my high school reunion, my 40th reunion. I can't wait to go there, and I'm bringing my girlfriend with me. She's 20 years younger than me.
Oh, that's great.
And it's gonna be weird seeing these people after so long.
You're gonna knock them dead.
And this was Catholic high school, right? Because I had Catholic high school until the 10th grade, and I told my dad, you know, my parents were divorced. I told my dad it's not worth the money. Went over to public school, and it's so funny hearing your story, because when I was a senior in high school, we had this stupid government class where you had to get government points or whatever, and in order to graduate. And they actually told my dad, you're in grave danger of not graduating. It wasn't my grades. It was because I didn't volunteer at an old folks home or something.
Oh,
and and this is my senior year, and I'm working co-op because I had cooperative education. So I only took X amount of classes. They pulled me out of my work and said, you have to go and volunteer. And seriously, I rushed over to an old folks home to play Skippo with the elderly. This is the public school? This is the public school. It was the largest high school in Michigan. And I asked my government teacher about it, and he goes, I never said you were in grave danger of not graduating. I mean, my dad was cool, really cool, but he was he could also be very strict, you know what I mean?
Old school, yeah. I went to Catholic school growing up. And, you know, when I moved down to Florida, you go to 8th grade in Catholic school.
Oh yeah,
8th grade, right?
Okay.
So I said to my parents, I go, I'm just going to go to the the regular middle school, and then I'll go to high school with everybody else.
Oh yeah.
I don't want this Catholic school. So the first day of school, this is a true story on my word. I get on the bus, right? And I had a Happy Days lunchbox. I was proud of it. You know what I mean? I was 13 years old, 12, 13 years old, and I'm on the bus. And this kid starts making fun of me about my lunchbox. You know, making fun of the Happy. He starts singing. Then, make a long story short, I took the lunchbox. I cracked it over his head 3 or 4 times. I was from the Bronx. Remember? I was from the Bronx.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
They threw me out of the school. So I had to wind up going. I had to wind up going to Catholic school. So then I said,
that's
you know
what it was. Okay.
I said, let me go to Catholic high school too. Let's just keep going with this.
Jeez, yeah.
You're better off anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a little tougher on you, you know.
But my brothers and sister, they didn't go to Catholic high school. Just me, I did.
Well, they didn't have the lunchbox incident. So.
Yeah, it didn't do any. It didn't do me any good. I mean, the school was a great school. The good thing about me going to John F. Kennedy Catholic High School in Somers was that I was in my school and all of my friends were in Brewster, and I used to hang out with them. So it was like I had two schools I went to.
Yeah.
I remember I went to 4 proms one year. All the schools all around. Yeah. Wow. It was crazy. Yeah.
You really did live the last American virgin.
Yeah. I had a good life growing up. I really did.
Yeah. No, I feel the same here.
Yeah. I got no regrets. I got some regrets of stuff that happened afterwards, but you can't change it, you know?
Right. Live and learn.
Not one bit.
Yeah. Well, it's been a great talk. We've been talking about an hour, and
I know it flew.
It just flew by.
Yeah,
and I hope you come back again, especially with these new things.
Anytime.
And Joe, best of luck to your Yankees, man. Are you hoping that they play the Mets or no?
I don't care who they play. I just want to see them get there. I want to just see Judge break this record, man.
Oh yeah, no, I have him in my fantasy baseball. You know, so I made the playoffs. So this will be 4 games in a row. They beat the Red Sox. I love that. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, the Mets are good this year. I mean, it'll be tough.
They really are. Now, do you hate the Mets or do you like?
Yeah, I hate the Mets.
Okay. What about for NFL? Who's your NFL team, man?
You'll never guess in a million years who my NFL team is.
The Cowboys.
The Jets.
Cowboys.
Oh my!
I knew it. I had seen it online. I'll admit, I cheated. I've seen it online.
Well,
good one, Mark.
Try growing up in New York, from New York, with
being a Cowboys fan,
and they're all Giant fans.
Oh yeah.
So I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. I like the Jets too because I met Joe Namath when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Joe Namath.
Wow.
Actually, that's how I got started in the acting business. I met Joe Namath when I was 8 years old. I'm gonna post a picture up. He hands me a football. It was in he was doing a promotion for this movie in Loey's Paradise.
Yeah.
And he threw the football out and I caught it.
Whoa.
He took me backstage.
Jeez.
The little chubby 8-year-old kid took me backstage, and my mom came with me backstage, and he's like, "Man, your son is hysterical. Do you realize how funny this kid is without even trying? He's cracking me up." And then that's when she put me in show business. Then started going on auditions. I hated it when I was a kid. I didn't want to do it, you know.
Yeah.
But that's it. But I want you guys to, when this is done, give me access to it and call in the show anytime. We'll talk.
Yeah, we will. I mean, we do our live streams Fridays, but we'll work around. You know. There'll be sometimes when we do it late. This week, actually, we're doing it later, I think. So we'll find out.
All right.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, though.
This week we're going on only for an hour because we have a big gala event we're going to. So
that might work out well though for us.
We're going to the studio all dressed up, and then we're taking off from there. We're going from 6 to 7, but then the week after I'll be in New York.
Nice.
We're gonna have 2 weeks off. So, but I'm gonna put the link up. You guys are awesome, man. You guys got a great
Joe. We love what you're doing, and like we said, you inspire us. I mean, we're doing live streams now because of people like you who are making it successful.
I appreciate it. And if I could throw anybody your way for interviews, I will too.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Okay.
You should get in touch with Alan. He's hysterical, man.
Oh, we would love to. Yeah, just
I'll
send the
have him
Would
get
you?
back to you. Yeah, because he was
Yeah.
in Mama's family.
Oh yeah, of course. No, we would
Yeah.
love to. Yeah.
We'd love to have him.
The interview me and him did a couple weeks ago was so freaking funny.
Yeah, I'll go
We were
back and
cracking up
watch
the
it.
whole
I
time.
remember you
Yeah.
posted it on Facebook that it was
Yeah.
coming on. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to check that out.
He's at a reunion right now for Mama's family in Texas. I think they're having a big reunion.
Okay.
Gosh,
He was
Mama's family, awesome.
At the same reunion where Good Times was.
Yeah.
Because my agent, my agent who gets me all the signings, he just books me in the signings.
Oh
he
yeah.
goes, I'm here with your friend Alan Kaiser. He's here. I go, yeah, and so I told him, I go, while you're at these signings, book me some people to come on the show, and he keeps bringing them to me. He just keeps bringing them and bringing them. So he's helping me out a lot too.
And you know, and you're about to help us out, and other people have been help us out the same way. And everybody who's watching this, who's helped us out, thank you,
You
Joe,
guys are good guys,
and
man.
thank you for being here, man. Yeah.
I love the chairs too.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, this is Brian. This is all Brian.
I'm like,
is
you know
the
what?
man.
Young audience, we're gonna get gamer chairs.
Those really cool chairs.
Thank you.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. You guys have a great night.
Hey,
and
thanks
I'll
so
talk to you guys
much.
soon.
Yeah,
Talk to you
really
soon. Take care,
appreciate
buddy.
it. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
All right.